Listen, you don't need more Google Ads strategies. You don't need more ad spend. You don't need to do anything fancy to actually win and scale with Google Ads. And this is coming from somebody who has been running Google Ads for over 7 years at this point, have generated over $100 million from this ad platform. The one thing which if you focus on right now, if you crack right now, which can scale your brand with Google Ads, if there's one thing, it's psychology. And in this video, what I want to do is tell you 5 different psychological hacks which you can implement right at this point to scale your brand profitably with Google Ads to the next level. Doesn't matter what niche or industry your brand is in. But on the top level, here's what I want you to understand. Google Ads is all about psychology, period. And the first major thing you want to understand in terms of psychology with Google Ads is perceived value is king with Google. Now, let me show you this. For example, if I go onto Google, if I type in a keyword 3D printer, there's going to be a variety of different ads that come up. And this is essentially your ad, at least when it comes to shopping, it's going to be this portion right here if it were to be a search ad, so on and so forth. But focusing on even shopping ads, the number one thing that you feel when you look through these ads, it's not the pricing, it's not the numbers on the screen or the technological specifications of the product. It's how does that product make you feel? How do you feel about that brand itself? How do you feel about doing business with that brand, so on and so forth. And it all boils down to perceived value. Now, keep in mind, for example, this first image right here, this first product right here versus this third one. Even if these products were to be the exact same, there's a complete difference in the perceived value for both of these. For instance, with this first example right here, it's on a grayish background, looks like it's on an actual white table of some sorts, whereas the second one right here is a full-on photoshopped product or image right here with the product in the middle and with a plain white background. All this tells me is that this is a very, very boring approach. In addition, if we look at overall this ad, what it did, it gets straight to the point, has some branding effect with the brand name at the very start, and then it mentions the specific keyword, very straightforward, word to the point. This third one does the same exact thing, has the brand name with the keyword they're targeting second, which is again a very similar strategy. There's no real differentiation between both. Third thing they do, this one is much more premium in terms of pricing than this one, but they have 570 reviews, whereas this one, all it says is free by 11/4. That's essentially all it says, the shipping time. There's nothing that tells me more about this brand. It doesn't make me feel anything at all, because when I look at this brand as a normal user, all I feel is bored. All I feel is that I can't really trust this brand because they haven't given me any types of specific authority factors or figures that make me want to trust them, versus this brand where they have 570 reviews. Even if they were not real for whatever reason, I still see that in front of my eyes, and that makes me on its own want to trust this brand more, even if the product is more expensive, just because they put in an effort with their images, it stands out, they put an effort with their approach and strategy they use. So what you want to understand is the real product value comes second. What the users see through their computer screen is everything, and the more you focus on perceived value of your products and ads, the better you will perform with Google. Second thing you want to keep in mind is words make or break your value with Google. Now, what I want you to do is on the screen, compare the first title of a product, hemp gummies. This is the first title of the product. Now imagine this is the same product as this second product title. These two have the same exact product, just different titles. And the second product title is Doctor Recommended Calming Stress Relief Sleep Aid Mochi Gummies. Which one is more perceived value in your eyes, and what resonates more with you? Even if both of these products are the same exact thing, both contain hemp, both do the same exact functionalities, in most situations, you will prefer the second one simply because the words that they use for this title mean everything. They added value to this product through those words. And again, it goes back to the first fundamental point of perceived value is key, even if it's the same exact product as something that's super simple. Third major thing you want to understand about psychology and Google Ads is people convince themselves to purchase. I don't believe personally that you have to do much on Google Ads besides show up with your best foot forward, simply because Google is already about buying intent. What that means is if somebody types in the keyword 3D printer, sure, they may not know what 3D printers are out in the market. They may not know what kind of specifications they have, the sizes, colors, so on and so forth. But the ultimate reality is somebody who types this in wants to buy a 3D printer either right now or maybe in the near future. It's that simple. There is no questions about it. There's no if they're going to buy, it's when they're going to buy. Whereas with Meta or TikTok ads, it would be more about convincing the user to buy through the creatives, so on and so forth. So because you are skipping this entire process in the middle, it's essentially they're already ready to buy, and people just need a reason to buy from your brand, which means that they already want what you sell. It's about putting your best foot forward, the product feed, and with the overall approach you have, giving the algorithm the right input so they target to right people with the right keywords instead of going after the wrong people. So always keep that in mind, that people are just looking for ways to convince themselves to purchase. The buying intent is already there. Fourth thing you want to understand is price is all about variability. Now, the easiest way to attract someone via pricing is not to be the cheapest like this brand or this brand is trying to do, nor is it to be the most expensive with very high perceived value. Rather, it's by having a price they don't expect. For example, all of these prices are either $9.49, $5.49, $8.49, $4.49. It ends with a 9 of some sort. But what they don't expect is for this brand to come in with zeros at the very end. So $19,040. Or if we look at this price range right here, instead of selling my product for $759.99, I think the product would do much better if it was $759.47 or $759.43, ensuring you end with the odd number, because the odd numbers attract more users, and this is backed by science, by the way, than even numbers. But basically having variability with the pricing, which they don't expect, that's when it makes them question what it is. First of all, that's step one. Step two, it makes them intrigued into clicking your ad and making them interact with their business, and that's when you win over that impression share. So variability is key. It's about being not boring. It's about being the opposite of your competition, which is what we see work for so many brands we work with under my agency, Your Marketing, which if you run a brand making $50K or more per month in revenue, you want to scale to the next level with Google Ads, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a completely free call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together and make that happen. But fifth and final major psychological hack you can implement right now is the first sale happens on the Google search results. Most brand owners, what they think is their landing page needs to be this beautifully Leonardo da Vinci generated landing page with the most beautiful thing anybody has ever seen in their life. And the reality is that's completely not true. It could be something that's so simple that it has this one essential buying intent keyword with a product image with some logos in there with the buy now button. It could be as simple as that, or you can make it more creative, custom, and do all these things. The reality is they already made a decision of buying or not on this page when they landed here, and this was through perceived value of your products, how it looks, how it made them feel, so on and so forth. This landing page, the add to cart page, and the shared checkout page, these are all just reassuring them that they made the right decision, but they already made that purchasing decision on the landing page itself. So what you want to understand is the website is just a reaffirmation of their buying decision, and you want to strategize accordingly within the Google search ads and the search listings and everything you do on the front end, because the sale happens on the front end. Again, if you run a brand making $50K or more per month in revenue, you want to scale to the next level with Google Ads, go on to my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a completely free call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together and make that happen.